Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at home. I've got a great strength workout today. Let's zoom in and have a look at it. So let's talk about the full equipment version and then we'll talk about the limited equipment equivalent. So, 2 parts, 15 minutes. I mean, I've put it down as 15 minutes every minute on the minute, but it's not actually because it's every 90 seconds, but it's just the structure, right? So we're going to do 10 sets of 7 deadlifts and you're going to lift every 90 seconds. 10 times 90 seconds is 15 minutes. So find a timer, set it for 90 seconds, every time it beeps, you lift. Now, part B is 4 rounds for time. Oh, and sorry, I should make it clear that whenever you're going through your deadlift, just start off at probably approximately 60% of where you think you'll get to, and then throughout the course of the 10 sets, you'll progressively add more and more and more weight. Then on your last set, wherever you get to, strip the weight back down to 50% of that. So let's, for argument's sake, say you got to 100 kilos, right? Then here you'll be lifting 50 kilos. So 10 deadlifts, 10 box jumps, 4 rounds for time. Now, let's think about 2 things to be aware of. That 90 seconds will come around like that.
Didn't even have time to sit down.
No. So normally whenever we lift really heavy, we would have like a 2-minute lifting window. Because this is a 7 rep, it's less about pure strength, it's more about capacity. So we want to bring down the rest period as well and get our heart rates up. So you'd be really surprised that you'll feel particularly pooped after this one and then straight into this one. This one is a quick, fast workout. Sarah roasted me on it. It took Sarah like 4 minutes and 3 seconds. It took me 4 minutes 30. By the way, Sarah's got a very smug look on her face right now.
Hey, come on, let me bask in that. Doesn't happen.
You gotta take the wins.
Doesn't happen often.
You gotta take the wins, and it took me like 4 minutes 35 seconds, something like that. So it's a fast, sprinty workout. This one, okay. So this second part. Let's have a look at the limited equipment versions. So it's essentially the same workout, but rather than do 10 sets. Sorry, it is 10 sets. It is 10 sets. It's really stupid. It's still 10 sets, but it's your max reps on both sides. Both legs. Both sides, I should say. Of a single leg deadlift. And you'll work out what your max reps are. Max reps, 45 seconds. It's the same structure we've used before, right? So in your warm-up, you'll work out how many single leg deadlifts can you do in the 45 seconds, and you'll lift every 90 seconds. Okay, so it's the same structure. Second one, the second part, part B, 4 rounds for time, 20 single leg deadlifts, so that's 10 on one side, 10 on the other, and then 10 box jumps or platform jumps or chair jumps or park bench jumps or you know. We've been over this before too, so you get the idea. Alright, so let's go through our warm-up. 5 minutes of running, rowing, biking, just something to get your heart rate up, something to get your body temperature up, followed by 3 rounds of 10 good mornings, 10 squats and 5 pass-throughs, so none of this should be a surprise, but just to clarify again. 10 good mornings, feet approximately hip width apart, take a little finger, take a thumb, little finger in your belly button, thumb on your sternum, and bend at your hips only. Stick your bum back, chest up, legs remaining as straight as is practical. And the moment that you feel that gap start to close down, that's when you stand up. So I can go to here. Okay, good mornings. Followed by 10 squats. Feet again hip width apart, chest up, tummy fat, bum goes back as if you're going to sit in the toilet. Okay, 10 squats. Pass-throughs, I'll do them side on. Legs are maybe shoulder width apart, maybe even slightly wider. Keep your legs straight. Fold from your hips. Fold onto the floor, into your plank position, go up into downward dog, try and create as straight a line as possible between your hips and your hips and your wrists. How are we doing, Sarah?
Looking good.
Really push your chest through. Quick lift, look to the left. Quick look to the right. Now, in this one, really do try and force your ankles down. And stand without bending your legs. Okay, good. Whew. We want to get a really good stretch through your posterior chains today. So, say good morning, 10 squats, 5 pass through. Sorry, whenever I say posterior chain, I mean anything that runs, or every piece of muscle that runs from your ankles to the tops of your shoulders, okay? Because all of that musculature is going to be used in the deadlifts. Alrighty. Then we're going to do 20 bird dog and 30 fire hydrants per side. Bird dog looks like this. On all fours, take one arm, put it out in front of you, take the opposite leg, leading with your heel. Push it out behind you. Now, be careful or mindful that you don't twist your hips around like this. So stay square on. Squeeze your bum at the top. Come back down again and alternate. Okay, so 20 of those total. And then 30 per side, fire hydrants. You should be pretty familiar with these by now. So start on the floor, lift your knee out to the side. Again, don't allow your hips to twist. Kick your leg back, out to the side, and round again. Thirty of those per side. Do the whole thing twice. Okay, so let's think about our barbell deadlift, and then we'll think about our single leg deadlift. And I'll also show you a scaling option for those of you who might want to do a sumo deadlift. Okay. Here's Sarah's special bar. Ooh, you hear the sound of that? Nice. This is the one that came from home. Extra special bar, this one. Okay, so I'm just going to talk through some setup points for the deadlift and give you one simple drill to get yourself warmed up before we start adding in some weight. So, things to think about. Where do you grip the barbell? Well, you grip it just outside hip width, like this. So, the easiest way to do it, take your thumbs, place them on the outside of your thighs, and place your palms accordingly. Et voila. Okay? So, next thing, let's think about feet placement. Where do our feet go? Easiest way to set for deadlift is do this. Put your feet together, heels apart, toes apart. I'll show you that again. Feet together, heels apart, toes apart. Now that'll become a very natural thing when you start lifting lots, but it's just feels good. Next, we're going to think about our shoulders and our elbows. So, notice the difference, team, between this position and this position. This position, this position. Sarah, come around and have a look at my shoulders when I do sets. So here I'm going to, imagine I'm standing at the top of my deadlift. So imagine I'm at the top of my deadlift. My elbows are facing each other. Let's have a look at my shoulders whenever I point my elbows backwards.
Yeah.
There's the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was saying earlier about our posterior chain, every muscle from the base of our neck to our ankles is involved in the deadlift. So we want all of this really tight. Okay. So, it's really important when you're thinking about your deadlift setup. Foot placement's important, hand placement is important, but shoulder placement and elbow placement is crucial. And the easiest way to think about that is just to think about, rather than have the insides of your elbows facing each other, which they are at the moment, think about having them pointing directly ahead of you. And all of a sudden, everything just goes, boom, I'm ready to lift. Even if they didn't know they were ready to lift. Okay, so from here, good setup position. From here, I want you to take the barbell and just stick your bum back. You're just going back, and I want you to do this tempo. Bum back, bum back, bum back, bum back, bum back. Look where the bar is. The bar is still touching me the whole way down. Bum, bum, all the way back. And all I'm doing is I'm just putting my bum further, in this case, into the weights that are behind me. Okay. And until I get to the point where I think, if I'm going to go any further, I'm going to have to either round my back or bend my knees. And I stand up again. Bum back, bum back, bum back, bum back, bum back. Bum back, bum back, bum back. When you come to my class, you will hear me say bum back a lot. And stand. Okay, so go through, get your setup sorted out, go through that bum back, drill 2 sets of 10, and on your last set of 10, I want you to hold the bottom position for 10 seconds. So you'd be here, and I want you to hold it for 10 seconds. And you hold that for 10 seconds. Your hamstrings will be screaming, and probably your lats and your shoulders, if you've got everything engaged properly, will probably be telling you that it's time to put the bar down as well. Okay, so from there, start to build up some weight. When you're lifting from the ground, absolutely, 100%, have the bar touching your shins the whole way up, and drag it up your legs, and the same on the way back down again. Okay? It's the reason I wear my knee pads on my shins. So those are the pointers that I'd like you to think about whenever you're setting up for your deadlift. Feet, shoulders, elbows, get your bum back for the warm-up, 2 sets of 10. And then, that says bar close, my bad writing. And then 2 sets, oops, 2 set, oh, shapers up. 2 sets to build up. Okay. Now, the single leg deadlift, actually I'm going to show you the single leg deadlift with a barbell, because you might be somebody who has a barbell but maybe just doesn't have quite enough weight for the deadlift that we're going with. So it's exactly the same setup in terms of elbow position, shoulder position, but you are doing a one leg version. So you start with one leg just hovering and hinge back, 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 back. And stand. So it's the same action. How are my hips doing in terms of twisting there?
Looking good.
Yeah? Tell me how, because that's the point of performance. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, when you're doing a single leg deadlift, you do want to try and keep your leg as straight as possible until the bar or the object gets past your knee. Same as our deadlift. So everything's hinging only from my hips, and then whenever the bar gets to my knee, that's when I start to bring it down a little bit and stand up again. Use your back leg, your other leg, just as a counterbalance, and depending on your mobility, you might find that it acts as like a complete, your leg's completely straight at the back. You might find you've got a slight kink in it. Ultimately, it doesn't really Some purists might tell you that it does. I don't think it does. The alternative, of course, then, if you're doing the same with a odd object, is to, again, think about having your elbow, the inside of your elbow pointing out in front of you. Same again. Try not to allow your hips to twist around too much like this. Keep your hips square on. You probably really need to think about squeezing your glutes to get you to stand up. So you're not pulling it up with your back. You're really pushing through your quads, pushing through your glutes. Oops. Okay. So single leg deadlift is the alternative. And if you're doing single leg deadlift, this is when you establish max reps. Oops. Max reps. 45 seconds. And that's what you will use here. Now, you've got to do that on both sides. So remember that. So it's probably more likely your max reps in like 20 seconds per side. Now, one other final option, scaling option, if you are completely new to all of this, is sumo deadlift. So let's imagine you've got your odd object, or your kettlebell, or whatever you've got. I think we've been through this before, but just to reiterate, take your object, stand over it, bend over but don't hold on to it. Make a really strong gorilla back. Grab your weight. Stand. Stand. Now, interestingly, make a strong gorilla back. Most people, when we do this, don't just do that, they also do this. Because if you see a gorilla, guess what? Shoulders are down and back. And that's the same position I was talking about in terms of our deadlift. Elbows. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're done. So, just clarify. Workout 15 minutes, 10 sets, lifting every 90 seconds, 7 deadlift. Or 10 sets of your 45 max reps, single leg deadlift, making sure you're lifting on both sides. Again, lifting every 90 seconds. Part B, 4 rounds for time. 10 deadlift at 50% of wherever you got to, followed by 10 box jumps. And then 20 single leg deadlifts, alternating, followed by 10 box jumps. If you want to practice your box jumps before you get into part B, it's just a case of working through a few step ups first, and then a few jump ups. We didn't, because guess what? When you've done these, your glutes and quads and calves and everything involved with jumping pretty much warmed up and ready to rock and roll. No need to do any more. Anything that you'd say to the team, Sarah, in terms of the workout, other than you beat me?
Oh, you got me. You got there first. No.
No?
No, it was a good one. It was a sweaty one, even before we did part B.
Yeah, it's good, and that's because of the tempo that we're lifting at. It's quite a
yeah. Be
fast.
prepared. So if you are actually going to be changing your weights and things, definitely get them all ready. And next year, otherwise you'll have no time at all between between it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed. Any questions, give us a shout. We're going to go and do a few bits and pieces to get ourselves ready for our little tour on Saturday. Feel free to pop down. It would be great to see you. And see you for the next one. Bye.